So disappointment really for Mikel Arteta and for Arsenal, Ian, in the end?
Yeah, it was. And when you're talking about the margins, you've got a winger who can see all the way down the line in Martinelli, who I've got to give him credit. You know, he done well to set up one of the goals. But the fact is for me, he has to be onside. This is the margins we're dealing with.
Yeah.
You can see everything down the line. You can't be offside there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, in the end, it's cost us. But the main thing, Manish, is that we've not lost that away game.
No.
That's the main thing.
Well, let's have a look at the way Fulham took the lead initially in the first half. It was a move that was started and finished by Raúl Jiménez, Dan.
Yeah, I thought he had a great game. Held the ball up when they were under spells of pressure. Great little movement there in behind. And it's a great finish as well. I think you can't really put that anywhere else, can you? I think defensively, from Arsenal's point of view, they'll be disappointed, but great goal.
Yeah,
I think the manager's got to take some credit as well, because he didn't play him on Thursday.
No.
I think he had about 6 minutes on the pitch, and he looked fresh today.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He looked really fresh. He was back to his best when he was at Wolves, I felt.
Yeah, that bustling best.
Yeah, and that movement there for the goal was sensational, and I'm really pleased for him actually, because before that terrible injury he had, what a player he was.
Yeah, which is good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Jimenez
fabulous
back
to
amongst
see,
the goals as well.
Yeah.
We spoke at half-time, the four corners Arsenal had, they didn't look particularly threatening in the second half early on. From a corner kick, they looked much better.
Yeah, they
counted.
Did. Yeah, I thought they started the second half a lot better in the way that they just looked sharper. It was quicker. Everything seemed to be moving quicker. And obviously, you know, that again, you know, Fulham have done as well as they can, but like in the end, you know, he's got a free back post there, and you know, he's done well to stay on side there.
I think Anthony will be disappointed, won't he? Because I think as the ball goes over the head, all of the Fulham players step up and he stays in there and obviously plays Saliba onside.
Yeah, but with the clock fast running down, Arsenal thought they got a late winner.
Yeah, so did I. It was very disappointing because to players as we played today, not very good. This is what I'm talking about, Manish. You can see all the way down that line. We're not talking about a first-year pro now who's come into the game. You know, and he's got to step aside.
If we can see that again, look at them all step up. There's three defenders. They don't do it in unison, but actually I think it's Bassi in the end, and then the fullback Robinson just steps up at the last minute, and that's the difference. Because it was fractions, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Gaffer, when you look at how much time he's got, look how wide he is. He can easily give himself half the yard. There's no excuse for him simply because he can see all the way down. Absolutely. It's not like someone's really tight on him.
Yeah.
And that's the margins. That's the difference between 3 points today.
Yeah. Momentum halted?
I don't think so, because like when you consider that they have to win the home games, away games, as long as you don't lose them, that would have been brilliant to win, obviously, to catch up with Liverpool. But I think as long as you don't lose, you have to take the positives out of it.
Fulham have frustrated Arsenal once again. The Gunners held to a 1-1 draw by Marco Silva's side. Post-match reaction from Arsenal skipper Martin Odegaard.
Does it feel like a big opportunity missed, considering that Liverpool didn't play on the weekend? You could have closed the gap to 4 points.
Yeah, you can always say that, but I think we have to focus on ourselves. We've said it many times, we don't care about the other teams, we have to look at ourselves, and for us it was disappointing not to win, and that's the case.
When you have so many chances, when you have a lot of positives from this match as well, how do you assess, what do you take from it?
I think we did a lot of good things, but especially the first half I think was a bit sloppy, a bit slow from us, they defend well, so we have to do more. We have to put the ball in the box a few more times, have to be a bit more direct, maybe a bit more aggressive to get in the box and around the box, but I thought the second half was better, and we could have won it in the end, so yeah.
How damaging does it feel in terms of title race?
No, that's a very long way to go. We've said it hundreds of times, we have to take it game by game, and that's what we're going to keep doing. So, yeah, disappointing not to win, but let's look for the next one now.
You look at the table now, Arsenal have gone into second, clear by a point of Chelsea, but the terms I think a lot of people are using, in fact, Dan mentioned it as well, big chance missed for Arsenal.
Well, it is, yeah. It is, because obviously Liverpool's postponed game, you know, means that Arsenal could have closed the gap even more and put that pressure on them. You know, it's a Merseyside derby. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, it could be a tough game for them, but at the same time, you have to look at it now. If Chelsea don't get anything from Tottenham, Liverpool probably the winners this weekend, like we was just saying. But again, you know, we had the chances to win that game, even though we didn't play that well. And so, like Martin says, you have to try and take the positives again and not worry about what the other teams are doing get the job done. Unfortunately, we didn't today.
In some ways, Glenn, did that game show us that if things aren't quite clicking in that final third for Arsenal, they've always got that set-piece threat that can is their get-out-of-jail card?
Yeah, it is a little bit at the moment, a get out of jail. They haven't played so well today. I thought Fulham did a great job on them, but they're always a threat. As we said before the game, you're coming up, and as they're always thinking, we're going to score.
Yeah.
We're going to score from this corner. Ironically, they've done it again today. That's got them the point. But yeah, if they get a number 9, if they get a proper number 9, and they keep that threat from set plays, my word, they're going to give themselves a real chance. Yeah. Where that number 9 comes from and whether they can get it in January, I'm not so sure.
Fulham, a bit like last season, Arsenal's bogey team right now.
Yeah, I thought they did really well. Probably, I think if you had asked them before the game, they would have definitely taken that. Went 1-0 up, and I thought they looked comfortable for large parts of it. Obviously, as you said, Arsenal set pieces with the difference, but I think they would have took 1-1 before the game, definitely.
Where do you think Fulham and Arsenal will end up in the Premier League table? Let's talk about Fulham Football Club. Fulham Football Club, based in London, is one of the oldest professional football clubs in England, founded in 1879. Nicknamed the Cottagers, the club has a storied history and has spent much of its existence navigating between divisions. Fulham's home ground, Craven Cottage, sits picturesquely along the River Thames, serving as a symbol of the club's rich heritage and passionate fanbase. Fulham enjoyed its first taste of top-flight football in the 1949-50 season but spent much of the 20th century oscillating between the lower leagues. The 2000s marked a golden era for the club, culminating in their famous run to the UEFA Europa League final in 2010 under Roy Hodgson, where they narrowly lost to Atletico Madrid. Despite this success, Fulham has struggled for stability in the Premier League, often being relegated shortly after promotion. Returning to the Premier League for the 2022-23 season, Fulham performed admirably, finishing 10th under the management of Marco Silva. Last season saw the club finishing at a steady 13th position in the league. This season, Fulham has set its sights on achieving consistency and potentially securing a top-half finish. Key players like Jimenez, Alex Iwobi, Robinson and Diop have continued to play pivotal roles, while the team thrives on Silva's well-organised system. Fulham's performances so far were very good. Before this match they are in the 5th position. The Premier League remains highly competitive, with numerous teams vying for European qualification. Fulham's realistic objective this season is to try and stay in and around the European position in the league and potentially make a strong push in cup competitions. Fans are optimistic, yet grounded, understanding that progress for the club involves steady building rather than overnight success. If Fulham can maintain their strong defensive foundation while finding new ways to score, they should be at least in the top 10. Supercomputer Opta predicts them to finish in the 9th position. We think 6th to 10th should be achievable. Comment your opinions on Fulham down below. Now let's talk about Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club, founded in 1886, is one of England's most illustrious football institutions. Nicknamed the Gunners, the club boasts a storied history rich with silverware, including 13 league titles and 14 FA Cups, making them the most successful team in the latter competition. Their home, the Emirates Stadium, is a modern fortress befitting their status as a global football powerhouse. Arsenal's golden years under legendary manager Arsène Wenger saw the team achieve remarkable success, including their iconic Invincibles season in 2003-04, when they went an entire Premier League campaign unbeaten. However, the post-Wenger era brought challenges, with the club struggling to reclaim its place among England's elite. Under current manager Mikel Arteta, Arsenal has undergone a resurgence. Arteta's emphasis on youth development, tactical discipline, and a dynamic attacking style rejuvenated the club. The 2022-23 season was a standout for Arsenal as they mounted a strong title challenge, finishing 2nd behind Manchester City. With players like Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Jesus leading the charge, the Gunners demonstrated they could compete at the highest level. The 2023-24 season started with high expectations for Arsenal to challenge for the Premier League title once again. Key summer signings, including Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, have added depth and quality to the squad. Rice, in particular, has brought defensive solidity and leadership to the midfield. Arsenal's early performances have been solid, characterized by a blend of resilience and attacking flair. After a period of blip not long ago, they are now steadily keeping up performances. Arsenal looks to bridge the gap to Liverpool and fend off other top four contenders like Chelsea, Man City and Fulham. In addition to their domestic ambitions, Arsenal is also eyeing a strong campaign in the UEFA Champions League. The Gunners fans are optimistic about the season, believing the team has the talent and momentum to end their 21-year Premier League title drought. With a balanced squad and Arteta's vision, Arsenal looks poised to make a serious statement both domestically and in Europe. Supercomputer Opta predicts Arsenal to finish just below league leaders Liverpool. The gap between them is currently 7 points, which is not unattainable given that there are many games still to play in the season. Our opinion is that Liverpool seems the more likely to pip them, but Arsenal also have a high chance of finally lifting the Premier League trophy. What do you guys think?